Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. Second straight video in the building. Once again, Louis Sports Network. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday evening. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure your post notifications are turned on. Make sure you share it to all your social media platforms. I definitely, truly appreciate it. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, happy Sunday in this snowy Sunday watching these NFL games. And we are going to talk about the first game. Second straight video, we're talking about the first game, the Rams and the Eagles. I missed a part of the game, so I didn't really get to see what was really going on in the first half. I know that the Eagles had led 13-10, but they did end up winning the game today with Saquon Barkley going for 205 yards on the ground. And almost nearly iced the game when he had that 78-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter that had put them up 28-15. But the problem was Jake Elliott missed he had missed the extra point after the Eagles scored. Can't really say much about this game, but I gotta say this about the Rams. It looked like the game was iced away, but then something really concerned me, and that was as soon as the Rams scored and they cut the game to 6, Matthew Stafford throwing that touchdown pass. I forgot who he threw it to. But then, so the Eagles were stalling, and I'm just like, okay, they need to get the ball to Saquon so that I know Saquon is doing a good job setting up the O-line. Saquon's been able to have such a legendary season. And for some reason, I just did not like the play calling that Nick Sirianni was doing, because then Jalen Hurts was getting beat up. He was getting bruised up, banged up all game. He had a rushing touchdown earlier in the game in the first quarter. Then late in the fourth quarter, he's all banged up. He's hurting clearly on his leg. He's out here trying to make a play, and then he gets sacked back. And I'm saying, why didn't you give the ball to Saquon or try to throw the ball? You out here trying to make a play. And I'm just like, you really gonna put your team in a bad position like that to where you might actually lose the game? Like, it was just like, oh boy, here we go. And then Mike Tirico and Chris Collins were saying it. Man, could you imagine the Rams? They might have a chance to tie and possibly win this game, considering what was happening with the wildfires in LA. And I'm just like, uh-oh. And they're going down the field, Cooper Kupp and them, and Pakua, and Robinson. And I'm just like, uh-oh. And Tyler Bigbie and those boys, I said they're getting close to the end zone. But then the gem on defense, defensive tackle, that is Jalen Carter, made the biggest play of the game, in my opinion, on 3rd and goal, when Matthew Stafford was looking to pass that ball, and he sacks him back. And I said to myself, my gosh, that play was so huge, so huge. I think Jalen Carter has 7 tackles in this game. It was so huge. And I know the Eagles held on to win the game because Stafford ended up passing the ball out of bounds on the last play of the game for the Rams. The Eagles held on and they win 28-22 to move on to the NFC Championship against the surprising Washington Commanders, who beat the living crap out of the Detroit Lions, putting up 45 points yesterday, winning 45-31 over them. And the Lions, who made an unexpected NFC Championship run last year, this year with expectations, tied for the best record in the league with Kansas City, they allow 45 points at Ford Field to the Commanders, and they went home. But I felt like Jalen Hurts was almost giving this game away and Sirianni with that play calling on that last drive before Stafford and them went back, and Jalen Carter saved the day with that sack in the end zone. And I'm saying yes. But again, shout out to the Rams and shout out to you Rams fans, because y'all put up a great fight. Considering the conditions you guys played in cold weather, because you guys are used to sunny side, warm weather, They almost could have won that game. Matthew Stafford had, 51 game-winning drives in his career when you combine regular season and postseason. Almost pulled it off, but just didn't quite do it. But I love the effort by the Rams, man. They made it tough for the Eagles. But I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. And the reason being is because of that defense, that great offensive line, and Saquon. I'm just not a big believer in Jalen Hurts. I'm just not. He's a good QB, but I'm not sold on him as being. He's top 5 to top 10, if you ask me. To me, he's in that 5 to 6 range when it comes to quarterbacks. I don't know, man. I'm just not sold on him. But again, shout out to Saquon Barkley, who was on my team, former Giant, and unbelievable. Ends up being the hero. Saquon did his thing. I miss him in a Giants uniform. Huge signing for the Eagles, and it's just done wonders. I mean, again, he's surrounded by a great offensive line. He's got weapons, but again, you got to be able to effectively run the football, and Saquon is able to do that. So that's how good he is. He's that good. But man, what an NFC divisional weekend! It was awesome with the games that were on. I didn't see the Chiefs and the Texans game, but I know the Chiefs won and they moved on. I knew they were going to win. So now our conference championships are set next week, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Commanders against the Eagles, I-95 showdown. Washington is on the road again. And then Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, AFC Championship rematch from 4 years ago. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Does Josh Allen finally get over the hump and get to that Super Bowl? Or is Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs on their quest for a three-peat in the National Football League? We will find out next week. But ladies and gentlemen, Eagles win 28-22 over the LA Rams and move on to the NFC Championship. Like I said, conference championship set next week for January 26th. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. There's your boy Louis with another one. Bless up. Live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.